Aloha, it's Leanne, the Crafty Lilninja, and I finally have a charm update for you guys, and I decided to do my Kawaii Stars that I have been, again, going off on another tangent. I seem to like to do these things. So the first star I did was the Opal Sakura star. It is all opal, and then I just dusted some pink on it, put some eyelashes and my little sakura, and that's kind of where this all started, because this is kind of like my signature, you know, my of course sakura. Then I decided to do the opal with pastel colors. So I have one taco, pastel kawaii taco, and this one was super popular, so she's all opal with pastel colors on it, and so I decided to make a star that would match her. And then of course I did a regular, realistic opal taco. So this was first, and then these kind of came later. So I have opal. What did I do next? I had like the marble ones. I had the ocean one. That one I sold out. This one is the fire one. So next I did the galaxy. If you guys know, I like doing the galaxy, so I made the galaxy taco and I made a star to match. So it's the same design with little pearl eyeballs. Okay, and I think then I started to get into actual characters, because with my tacos I started making like a Totoro taco and no face. I did a Totoro star, which is super popular. It is a bit humbug to make because of all the little details, whiskers and his belly, everything is clay, but I absolutely think he's so cute. I made a no face one. I've only made one so far, but I'm planning to make more because my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, is No Face. And let's just continue with the Ghibli, because that's more recent, but I did make a bunch. He's kind of like my Haku Blub Blub. He just has a little tuft of hair there. Then I have the soot sprite. I had texture on it, but since I put resin, it really fills in a lot of the texture, so I either might just use glaze or have to make deeper textures. Another one is Gigi. So this one is almost like my tutorial Gigi, and Blub Blub with the purple ears, and of course everybody's favorite, I have Joseffer. This one is with his mouth open eating the eggshell, but the one I posted was with just like his derpy face. And this is just I mixed my own yellow, pearl, and translucent, and I used Pearlex orange and a little bit of actually just pastel red to give it that gradient effect. A couple more Ghibli. I have the robot from Lapida, and this is on the copper or bronze clay, but it's a little, the color is not exactly what I wanted, so I just dusted antique bronze Pearlex on it, and then put his little robot mask on. And I have the Lapida stone on a star, and this one glows in the dark. It's just navy blue clay and glow in the dark clay. And Princess Mononoke mask. So this one is red with gold, white, and black. I really like her mask, and I really like that movie as well. So the next series, besides the Ghibli, was all these kind of different designs. The starfruit. The next one is a starfruit from Kingdom Hearts. This is the one they eat in the beginning of the game series, and your destinies are intertwined, and I think that's so cute. And it's kind of cute to give as like BFF charms or to your like special someone. I have a cookie charm that I decided to glaze with matte to keep the texture and make it look more realistic. It's just this tan color, beige, tan or beige, and textured with the chocolate chips. Musubi has a little ume on his head with the nori. was watching Star Wars Force Awakens finally. The DVD came out, and so my husband really wanted to watch it. So I was like half watching it, but then I saw BB-8 and I was like, oh, and I was making stars. I was making some new designs, and so I was like, oh, I'll try to make a BB-8 star. And I thought he was really derpy looking, but he's been like the most popular one so far, so I'm really, you know, happy that I made him. And then that kind of just led into the whole Star Wars series, which I will go into. So we have the R2-D2, so they're like buddies, and also their buddy is C-3PO, and I had a work in progress video, and let me tell you, his eyes, the eyes are ridiculous, and it's so tedious. So I'm probably not gonna make any more C-3POs anytime soon, because it's you know, like its sockets in there and his eyeballs are deep in there. And then I thought this one was really funny, the Star Wars Star. I mean the Death Star. I thought that was so funny, and I had made the Death Star before for my husband's phone case, and so I thought it'd be funny to try to make that into a star, and he loves it. Then I made a Kylo Ren, and I thought of doing this character because my friend Ruth, XOX Rufus, she had a video vlog, and I saw that her screensaver was Kylo Ren, and she was like crushing on him, so I was like, oh, I should make Kylo Ren for her. And I tried to do Darth Maul, but I guess he's like not that popular anymore. He didn't get much love on Instagram, which is cool, but it was fun making the line designs on his face and his little horns. So there's only one of him. Made the Stormtrooper. The Stormtrooper is my husband's favorite character. I don't know why, but I made him like a realistic looking Stormtrooper like along last year sometime. And so now I made a star. We have Boba Fett. This is our mine and my husband's friend's favorite character, one of his favorite characters. So I made a realistic one too, and so I figured I'd make a star one too. And then of course we have Darth Vader. So I initially made him like this, and I didn't put his helmet on. It's really hard to see because the resin is so shiny. I didn't put his helmet because I didn't know how at the time, and so he looks kind of funky. But then when I remade him, I put his helmet, and I think he looks a lot better now. So there's the Star Wars line. I used Sunset Pearl, Opal, and Pearl, mixed it up, and I really like this effect. And then I did the same thing with turquoise. So there's turquoise, pearl, and opal. I made this Baymax for a gift for someone. I made two, so one has a heart and one has his little hard drive thing. I like the heart one better, but I'm only gonna have these two. Like, these are for gifts for friends. And then Zoli, Crafty Mid Zoli suggested to do an emoji, so I made one. And I like to make the heart eyes. I used to use this one all the time when I commented. So that's the emoji. And then I decided to do Pikachu, and I think he's pretty cute with his ears and cheeks. And speaking of Pikachu, I did just a Pokeball because I wanted them to match. I figured maybe they could go together. The starter Pokemon are actually really hard to make on a star because they have all these different accessories, like Bulbasaur's bulb, Charmander's tail, and Squirtle's shell, which you can't really put on the front of the star. Like, you could probably put on the back, but these stars are very, face stars. So right now I just have Pikachu. I think I tried to make Charmander, but I don't really like it. Oops, I forgot Yoda. So this is my interpretation of the Star Wars Tsum Tsum, and I made him into a Blub Blub earlier, and so this is kind of like my take on Yoda with his wrinkles. I have Sakura, so I made just different, they're kind of different varieties. One is like this pearl translucent, this is like a pearly pink translucent, and this one is like pearl and white. And you can see, I mean, they're the same shades of Pearlax and everything, but they come up very differently, and I really like that effect. So I like making them slightly different, because when you look at the Sakura tree, the colors, you know, every flower is actually a little different, and I really like that. And this is based off of my signature Sakura, and actually really look like Sakura, so I kind of like this a lot. Then I made a sunflower, because I really like sunflowers too. I used to grow sunflowers a lot when I was at my mom's place, and we had a yard, so I had like a whole backyard full of sunflowers. It made me so happy. So for my wedding, I had sunflowers and lavender as my bouquet. And so I made this one is out of the yellow quartz from Fimo. I guess it's citron quartz, and it looks really cool. So this one's not glazed resin yet, but this one is, and it's pretty shiny. You lose some detail when you put resin, but it's either lose a detail or lose durability. So I just kind of make a thin layer of resin. Starbucks star, like a coffee cup, and I indented the sign and then painted it. But I think if I were to do this again, I would just have a flat piece of green, bake it, and then just paint after, because it's kind of hard to fill in those tiny markings. But I really like the coffee one, and I'm a very avid coffee drinker. I'm drinking coffee right now with my cup. So I made these for my friend. I guess you guys can guess who it is. She really likes Captain America. So I asked her what's your two favorite charms for like BFF charms, and she said, oh, Captain America, and I guess Wonder Woman, because she's, you know, so strong. So I made these for her, and these are magnetic. So you've been seeing my BFF charms. This is a exclusive BFF charm just for her. I might make Captain America, maybe Iron Man later, but that's it for the Marvel series right now. Speaking of the BFF charms, I have these that I had a giveaway, and I'm probably going to release it, the Star Wars update, on May 4th, because May the 4th be with you. I never used ice cubes before, but these are perfect for these BFF charms because they don't get in the way and they can totally match up perfectly. And these magnets are really strong, so I think that's pretty cool. You know, you have them on your phones and you're like, hey BFF, how's it going? And then you like link up your charms. I have these are like pastel galaxies, and I did this really cool trade thing with Tillith, also known as Isabella from Germany, and she makes these amazing galaxies that I've been like watching her videos and kind of learning. She did a watercolor painting on her wrist, and she wanted it as a bracelet, so I made that. And so I tried different backgrounds. So one is, I think this one is opal, this one is just white, and I use the same colors, but you can see that they're actually very different. And I also did a black one for her. So I just this one just has stars on them, and so they're just kind of like really pastel galaxies. And then I have this Jack Skellington paper clip, and it's resin to the back, so I just made it flat with no holes, and then resin it to a small paper clip. TARDIS, K9, Cyberman, I know it, but I don't know it. I need more coffee. I have these 4 that were suggested by, well, I made one. I made the TARDIS, and the lights glow in the dark. Yeah, the windows glow in the dark, which I think is pretty cool. And then these were suggested by Ruth, because she got all excited, and then she's like, oh, Weeping Angel, and I was like, oh, Weeping Angel, that'd be so cool, but it would be hard to put the wings on a star. So then I was like, oh, but Ruth likes to, you know, she has her wing stars in her line of jewelry, and I thought this would match that perfectly. So this is for Ruth. Actually, these are all for Ruth, and I'll probably just keep maybe these 2, maybe a variation of this for my shop, but otherwise these were made for Ruth. Then I have this star, which was made by my son Timmy. He's 2 years old. He actually made the stars, he actually made the eyes by himself. Like, he poked the eyes and put them in. You know, I made the little ball for him, but he actually put it in. So I think that's super cool. And these are gonna be great like Mother's Day and Father's Day presents for, you know, the grandparents, because he goes and sees them all the time. and so I think these would be so cute. I showed this on my Snapchat and I think I did it on Instagram too, and I have these really tiny stars. So just for size comparison, here is the star, and then it's like almost a quarter of the size. And these are for earrings, stud earrings. And I have these little tiny stud. I don't remember what size they are, but they're the smallest I could find, and they fit perfectly. And so I tested them out and I really like it. It is way more difficult to make these details on BB-8 and R2, but these would be super cute as earrings if I can have time to make more. They also could be magnets, so I made these. I tried to make my own mold and made these stars out of them. And if they won't stick together, then I can show you what they look like. So these are the opal, this is rose quartz. They just have little eyes. And I made a little calcifer, a little star fruit, a little Baymax, and let's see, I even made a little, okay, let's put these down, a little sunflower and a little sakura. So oops, yeah, so these are cool magnets too, like they're super strong as you can tell, and these I just super glued to the back because they're pretty tiny. But they will also make great stud earrings, so I was just testing to see how the textures and details will come out on such a small scale, but I pretty much like all of them, so I might do some of these as earrings. So here's all the stars. There was a lot. I have more ideas, but just not enough time to make multiples. It's, you know, like I love doing it. So thanks for sticking around for my star update, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Aloha!